Okay, here's my video on inserting the old school um, boom and earpiece into the Turtle Beach so that you don't get reverb on the Fanatec wheel, which, by the way, which is a plug right here that goes into the back of your wheel. See if we can get this. And yeah, that's their little plug for your headset, but it doesn't go with an amplified Turtle Beach headset, period. This Fanatec wheel, it just doesn't handle it. It won't work. You can't hear people and talk. So the problem was I had to figure out a way to use the traditional but still get the effects of the Turtle Beach. So what I did was take this little elastic wrap that goes around and holds the speaker on the Turtle Beach, or the ear foam on it, and just cut a little hole in it. Obviously a hole big enough to shove through the little piece that came with it, which, by the way, this one I bought for $13 at Fred Meyer, and it's not the traditional one because it doesn't, I didn't want the triple prong plug at the end that goes into a controller. I needed just a regular MP3 style jack. I'll pull it out and show you. So I got this one because it just has a normal end, and you'll find it, they're real popular. And then it has, you know, your little cheesy piece. Goes up, and I zip tied it off to the original or the real Turtle Beach wire here, which runs off and does its normal stuff. And all I use on the Turtle Beach then is my gamer volume, and I play on my settings selections. I turn it on play through both headset and speakers. That way I hear it through the music I'm listening to. I turn this amplified mic completely off and just don't use it at all. The bass I turn all the way up. And then I have my music right here, my iPod, which is already ready to go with the sound effects from the game, and then I can adjust that volume according to the talk. So, and that also will have the talk going through it, through both speakers here anyway. Plus the extra headset speaker will be playing the voices on this side, so you'll hear it a little more on this side, which kind of feels right, and then you can match the volume on all of them to match. And if that makes any sense, you usually want this volume all the way up because the voices are usually a lot more dim than your music and sound effects. So you can put the balance between the two with those controls. It's pretty awesome that way. And this looks a little ghetto, but my tape was just to keep the boom from sliding too much through the elastic. You know, it keeps it from, it feels a little more firm like that. It doesn't sway as much as to pull out the wires inside, which are just the back of one of these. I broke one up trying it first and messed it all up, so I got another one. They were only $13. And this piece I actually pulled out and I just kind of saved and put the foam on it, so on days when I'm feeling like it's uneven on my ears, you know, this one, which isn't uncomfortable at all, it's almost just flush then, and it doesn't even bother any of the music coming through the speaker on this one. It comes through behind it just fine. You would think it would obstruct it, but it's almost so loud anyway, the Turtle Beach, that, you know, it almost protects you a little better. It just keeps it a little less trebly, if you will. So I can just shove this other one into this side, and then you have matching, you know, so they're comfortable and they feel the same on both sides when you're using them. And you have this sticking out just fine. You put the old boom up off to the side. You can still use that if you pull it down. And zip tied that one off, and like I said, I just run a line off from that one to the game, and it's the length is fine. And just be careful not to mess with any of the solders or the wires in the speaker between this, I'll show you again, between what looks like behind here, which I'm not going to pull on so I don't pull the wires out on that one, is just the back of this with the two solders on it, boom boom, and pretty obviously easy. And this doesn't do a lot behind this to block your Turtle Beach speaker at all. It plays through it just fine. I mean, you almost notice no difference, to tell you the truth. Even when I put this one in for the even feel on my ears, it doesn't bother the sound at all. And I've never needed any glue or anything, and it never comes out. It's so, the crazy part, it just snugs right in, and you don't even have to mess with it after that. It's like it's meant to be inserted in there or something. It's kind of weird. In a good way. It was easy. Ghetto headset with no reverb, talking, Turtle Beach, music, sound effects, iPod, everything I wanted, and I couldn't find it anywhere else. Alright, thanks for your patience on that one. Like I said, plug that sucker in and let's race.